tell you something I could do. I could be running around chasing you, but I won't.
To talk to me, it's what I want the most in my life. They say you're out of my league, but I don't give a damn. No, deep down, I know you want it. You wanna take a leap and jump in. You wanna fall in love. You get me spinning, wouldn't it be awesome if you just kiss me slowly and had me in your arms? If I could make you see it, baby, with me something to make the starlight jealous up above. Oh, you make me, oh, hey, lights go out when I see you moving. Hey, like the air, I love when you go like that. Oh, hey, could be us, kissing in the moonlight. Hey, I'm just saying.
I know that you love it like that. Okay, I'm sorry. I actually just like that song. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 5F's to Love. Tonight, is Real Talk with the ladies, and our topic is about I'm every woman. Why do I have to be? When you think about a theme song that everyone has heard over and over again, I'm a little indifferent about it. In one way, I look at it as a woman and I'm empowered by it. I'm excited to think that I could be anything that I wanted to be. But when you think about it, she simply says, I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. Do I do it naturally? Me? Am I every woman? Well, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Real Talk with the ladies. So let's bring the beat in. Haith, how are you?
Hello, I'm every woman.
All right now. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Anything you want done, help me do
that.
that.
That's right. You
That's
better
what you
call
gotta
it.
say. Lord, help me.
I like
That's how
that.
you
That
do
kind of makes me feel better about it because I'm like, when people hear this song, what are they thinking? I don't know. Like, Chyia, what's going on? How are you?
Hi, ladies. Hey.
Honey, is that like a fur pillow back there?
It's like a something, like something that's, texture. My husband hates it, but, I love it.
I love it. I think it's so fabulous. I like that whole, it gives a little pop. Well, guys, you already know, with Precious coming on, she's got a whole lot to say about I'm every woman.
I mean, what are we talking about? Y'all know I change my wigs like I change my underwear. I can be any woman on any given day. I can be one
I like that.
I can be Red Danger. I'd be like, you don't want the blue smoke. Like, yes. I can be every woman on a different day of the week. But I ain't a woman every day. I'm just not. I think at 43 years old, I've just come to the conclusion I'm gonna do me now. I'm not trying to fit in any boxes. And I realize I ain't married. I get it. I'm not married. But I'm gonna live my best life. And I spent too much time being what everybody wanted me to be. And now this is what we doing now.
I like what we're doing now. So I'm gonna tell you guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight. So before we get started, I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. Roz will be joining us shortly. She's celebrating her grandson's birthday. Aww. And you guys know how I feel about that little dude. He is adorable. So our first question tonight, lady, is when you hear I'm every woman, it's all in me, how do you visualize or experience that phrase? And so I'll start with you. I'm going to start with you, Chyia, because you are our newlywed on the show. So when you think about it, was your husband singing that theme song to you? Like, are you going to be everything I need you to be, the Wonder Woman? Like in our promo, when you think about our promo, we got a lady who's corporate, we got a cook, we got a cleaner, we got a model, a lover, we got a mom and a caregiver. What were your thoughts on that?
It was no expectation of me being in all areas, which was great because I didn't present myself as that. I came off the gate. He didn't know I cooked until 5 months into our relationship because I'm not that person that be cooking every day. Well, now I am, but
Wait,
I was gonna say, Shy, don't get me started on them breakfast sandwiches with those
I
notes.
know, now I am. But that wasn't me. So I wasn't gonna come in like Susie Homemaker, like this is what I do. Oh, let me take care of my man. But I'm like, this is me. Sometimes I'm on, sometimes I'm off. Sometimes I want to do stuff, sometimes I don't. And this is me. So you got to take it because I like peace and I don't like pressure on my life. You know, not I like pressure for tasks and, you know, to-do lists and things like that. But on my life, I don't need that kind of pressure.
Nobody needs that. So I'm going to tell you, hey, Gertrude, thank you so much for joining us. She says, good evening, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So, okay, Haith, with you, I'm going to say you kind of really are every woman. I don't even know what to say right now because you are to me. Like I've seen you built this business from nothing into like this mega franchise that's now going to be in every single Walmart. You are like a rock star wife, an awesome mom, and you are fabulous.
Not a mom.
Well,
We never had kids.
No, but you are a mom to a whole bunch of kids, and that's what people don't
Okay,
know.
That's fair.
So when I say that, when I say to you, Haith and them, they give so much to so many people.
Yeah.
You guys have no idea. So when I say that, Haith knows what I'm talking about. I don't like to put people's business in the street.
You good.
But Haith takes care of a lot of people, literally. And it has nothing to do with you pushing anybody out because I was barely on that list. I barely made it. Do you understand? I was on the cusp. Okay. We'll talk about that on another show. So the thing is, how do you feel about that?
So this is the thing. I showed up first day one as myself.
I love that.
Living in my capacity, setting boundaries, not to give a false reality of something that I would deliver that I couldn't. I was only willing to be who I was. And so the awesome thing is when you're with the right man, he only wants you to be who you are without that added pressure. Because now I will say this, in the beginning, not only was the word, but in the beginning when we first started dating, you know, we had to lay the grind. I'm like, now, you know, I'm not a housewife.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's be clear.
But the house will be clean.
It will be
I
clean.
don't cook all the time.
Right.
But I got a great girlfriend who's a chef who will be dropping off, not staying, but dropping off.
I love it.
So I kind of, you know, we evolved into this amazing relationship that just allow each other to be. Now it's a treat when we can stay home, cook dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the pressure of living under that, I think when you got a real good man, he knows who he is connected to.
I love that.
Yeah.
When he loves you, he wants you to be at your best.
Yeah.
So all that other unrealistic, you know what I'm saying? And look, I am a girl. I don't like carrying boxes. I want my door open. All of that.
All that.
You know what
All
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I believe in also living in a true reality of what I can deliver as your wife. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one and done. I'm not doing this again. I'm finique. You hear me?
I love that.
I'm not doing this no more. So let's learn how to roll with each other. And so we've done that. And so in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning was challenging because he had to come to the understanding of, wow, this is my wife, meaning she is an entrepreneur. I was born to do what I'm doing. And so he's embraced it. He loves it. And I love him loving me because I love loving him. So we're good. You know, not that we're good, like we're perfect.
No.
Right.
But we've worked this thing out in 30 years. We've been together 30 years.
I love that, Haith, and you give Precious and myself something to look forward to. Precious, I know you're getting ready to fall out on the floor.
Come on now.
No, I mean, when it comes, listen, I've had
clears her
7 years. Listen, I've had 2 7-year relationships with, you know, incredible men, cooked, cleaned, and done everything for me. I think they understood who I really was, and that, you know, we don't have to do the roles that everybody says. Oh, well, she has to cook. Like we all fell into place.
Right.
As I came out of that relationship in 2010, the dating world just seemed so crazy. It was it was the beginning of, dating apps and things like that. And I remember, I met the very famous actor on Craigslist. I just cannot believe that, really. I met three incredible brothers. But I felt uncomfortable because being myself, I don't even know if I knew who I was. I've been in a relationship for 7 years.
That's a big
I didn't know. So like we did, my ex-fiance and I did everything together. And for that to break the way it did, I didn't take the time that it took to heal. But I did meet an incredible person who changed how I saw. I used to wear dowdy clothes. Yeah, I told you, wig game. I like to be cute. And then sometimes I'm whatever. And but when I met him, I started looking at heels. I was like, I wonder if I put that. It inspired. I was like, and not just because he was the Hollywood guy. It was because I started to see myself through how he saw me, and I would always look good. But it gave me a sense of pride. However, did I learn how to be in that relationship? No, because I was a deaf mute. Right. And then after he had passed, of course, there's the grieving process. So I'm still learning how to even be in a relationship with others. It sounds incredible, but 43, I really love me. And when I, wake up in the morning, I'm doing my thing. Yes, as y'all can hear, it's peace and quiet. There's nobody here. I learned to love peace instead of noise all the time. I learned to, like a candle, we be burning up in here. It might be in Italy. We might be in Italy right now. And so I'm seeking peace and wholeness within me. And hopefully that will bring whoever's coming to the fore.
Yeah.
But I cannot, I look on social media, I'm like, first of all, I don't look like Instagram thotty.
Did you do the thought thing? Did you just do that, Precious?
That was a good smack. That was
like one of those thought moments.
That was, like, because
I was good.
I'm an international professional speaker. I love when companies fly me out like an Instagram thotty. That's the best part of it. But I don't have the body parts that are manufactured. I don't have it. But what I do have, I think you want to get a little taste. I think.
So you know what, and Precious, I like your whole perspective on that, because when I think about what men are thinking about, and that's our next question, is how do you think men visualize that song or that phrase? Because the woman, she says, it's all in me. Anything that you want done, baby, I will do it naturally. And my thing is, I'm just speaking from my perspective. Naturally, I don't cook. And a really good male friend of mine, it really upset me. And I don't think, people always say, well, Christine's feelings never get hurt. Well, I don't ever let you know that they're hurt, but they're hurt. But what he said to me was, would you please stop saying on your podcast that you don't cook? And I said, well, why? I mean, at 50 and I'll be 51, why would I live this pretend life like I'm going to all of a sudden become Chef Pierre? If a man's going to be with me, then he needs to know either we need to have money to cook, like we need to get somebody to cook for us,
or
right?
we eat out,
or we can live off the 3 meals that I fed my son. He's a grown man now. He's fine.
He's fine.
Right?
He's healthy.
He's 6'4" linebacker. He's fine. He made it. He'll tell people my mother makes 3 things really good, right? And so this is the thing.
Please share what are those
things. I know, that's right. I'm like, what the
I need to put it in my
hot dogs, ramen noodles, and a hamburger.
No, honey, I did it. It sounds big, but I made chicken chili, which was my staple.
I like chicken chili.
And then
I want some.
Okay, I can do it. Chicken chili. And I'm gonna say, it was a magic moment, and I make a fantastic breakfast sandwich. Like I put McDonald's to shame. It's like a gourmet. And the other thing that I make really, really well, I make a really good salmon with potatoes and onions and all of that magic.
Acting like you ain't cooking.
No. Now listen, don't ask me to cook nothing else. It's burnt up. The other stuff is burnt up. I try. Okay, I do try. It's burnt up.
At least you make that. That's good.
I'm going to tell you, that's the truth. So, hey guys, we got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages. Okay, welcome back to the 5Fs to Love, Real Talk with the Ladies. If you're just joining us, feel free to join the conversation via comments, and we'll be happy to bring you into the conversation. Our topic tonight is, I'm every woman, and why do I have to be? Or do I have to be? And we already know Christine is not every woman, but I'm a pretty good woman, though. I'm going to tell you, I'm still vanished over the fact that a really good friend of mine, and he decided not to introduce me to someone because he said, I think every woman should know how to cook, and I really wish you would stop saying that on your podcast, that you can't cook. So you know what I said to myself? One, that hurt my feelings, but more importantly, if that person's standards are your standards, then they're not my guy, because any guy that I've ever gone out with, they've done all the cooking, and they've never complained. Like even right now, I can pick up the phone and get a meal. Right now, last minute. Now, one, that says something about me that obviously, even though we're no longer together, I must be a pretty cool person that you'll still put a little hot meal together for me, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. So you got to think about the quality woman, because, hey, this is where I was. I was in my corner thinking to myself, let me understand this. I've raised a kid. My home is paid for. My vehicles are paid for. You don't have any debt when you meet me. I've started 2 IT startup companies, and I'm pretty easy on the eyes, and I'm pretty intelligent. I got some papers behind me, right, with some names and some certificates and stuff, right? So
But
I'm
don't say
thinking,
you can't cook.
and
All that.
I can do 3 meals.
Right, all that, but don't say you can't cook, because that lesson
And
was
I can't cook. But you don't come at me like that. What is that about? So Gertrude said, she says, I raised 6 children, cooked and worked at this point in my life. I would like to share my life with a reasonable, sensitive, loving man. I had 2 relationships with males who had mother issues. You know what? I'm going to tell you, Gertrude, I'm in agreement with you. He didn't have mother issues, but man, oh man, he had some issues. So we're going to take it, we're going to bring the beat in, Gertrude, on this. Our question number 2, in 30 seconds, ladies, describe what do you think the ideal woman is for most men based on the female personality traits represented in our profile. 30 seconds. And Precious, I'm starting with you. What do you think?
I don't know. I thought the one model, probably the physical.
The model and the lover? Okay.
Yes.
All right. And so, Chyia, who do you think? Which
I
personality?
think it was the homemaker and
The cook and
and the physical. That's
the physical. The model and the lover. Okay.
I agree with
Haith?
Cheyenne. Most men want to be nurtured.
Okay.
You know, they wouldn't mind even like having a wife that kind of like the maid that they can sleep with. You know what I'm saying? Most men love being nurtured.
because
And
that's what society has embedded in their brains. And even if
but I think that women are nurturers, Cheyenne.
We-
You don't
we
think
are,
we
but-
are?
some women, and I test that because I don't want to call my sister out. My sister is not as soft, but she's an amazing person. So that, you know, what people think as nurturing, it doesn't come off like firsthand for her, but she does it in other ways. And she's like amazing person. She has an amazing guy, and it's all good. But it's everybody has different qualities. So I just like that pressure of you have to be this is what I don't agree with. Like you have to.
Well, I think it's to go back to your other question about being I'm every woman, and then putting it into this particular question. You know, as I've grown, I've become different women. All like as I've grown, like so.
Right.
You know, I was younger. You know, I saw things through a certain lens. Teenage, then in my 20s and 30s. Who I am in my 40s. I'm now understanding some things I never understood about being a woman, and also just allowing all of us to have grace. Like I'm sorry, I wasn't nurtured.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean I can't be nurturing. I think my resentment can come from, wouldn't it be, and maybe it's because my frame of reference, I will see things online or whatever. I'll see people just out walking and holding hands and stuff. And I wonder why don't I have that? Right. And it's nurturing on both sides, and I'll see it.
Right.
I wonder what that feels like. I wonder what it's like for somebody to hold hold hands or because I was meeting some men and they were like, hey, I don't do public displays of affection, da da da, and I was like, I'm trying to show nurturing, but it's not being reciprocated, and I'm wondering, not for education or anything, but sometimes I wonder. And I saw this thing about, are highly accomplished women unattractive? I don't know how to answer that question because I'm not a man, but I was wondering if, because I'm taller, because
maybe they feel like they don't need to.
That I don't need things. I don't need you to open the door. And it's like just because I'm an entrepreneur, just because I'm taller, like look at how they talk about Megan Thee Stallion, and she's Precious, and I'm like, dude, Precious, I can't do.
How tall are you? You're 6 foot tall.
No, I'm 5'9", but I'm not around a lot of tall men.
I'm sorry. If you were a man on a dating app, you would be 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Okay, so Anissa, thank you so much for joining us tonight. She says, I agree with Haith. As long as you eat and the house is clean, does it really matter that it wasn't done with my hands? Yes. Oh my gosh, I love you. Thank God. She was like, does it really matter?
Man.
We have Gertrude said most males would like physical, easy on the eyes, and yes, what did she say? Nurturers. So they're all looking for that hug at the end of the day. And Denise, thanks so much for joining us. She says, you don't think only a guy can answer this question? No, I think that we as women, we understand.
That's a good question.
Hey, I mean, in your mind, when you look at our promo, which one do you think men are perceiving us to be?
Right. When what, each of us?
No, Haith. I'm just asking Haith, for her response. So based on our promo, based on our promo, what you just saw, which ones do you think men are visualizing us as on a regular basis?
Probably the physical, but I agree with what Cheyenne said. I mean, the lady who has an opinion that matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A woman, I'm kind of leaning towards what Denise says. It's hard to say what men think because you got a plethora of men with a whole bunch of different type of personalities.
Yeah.
Especially men with mama issues.
Yes.
And so it depends on the deficiency or the strength of that man and his own perception of what he sees and what he wants out of a woman. It's kind of hard to say. I'm gonna have to say I don't know on this one.
Well, let me tell you, if you guys watch Real Talk with the Men, I think the earlier part of this last month, they actually talked about it. And their response to this was, we didn't ask you guys to go to work. You wanted to go to work. And I mean, it was like a collective. And I was in the middle of that conversation as the only woman because,
I don't agree with that.
And I said to myself, are you guys serious? They said, no, because you guys come back at us with this, well, I'm working and you guys see yourselves as equals. But no, it's not that. The thing is that you got to understand in this day and age, it's okay for everybody to earn money. But to me, in every man's mind, I'm wondering, are you really thinking this? Are you having a moment where you're that concerned about me working and having my own dollars?
I think that's simple-minded. I'm sorry. That's simple-minded.
I really do too.
It's simple-minded. I mean,
I think it is.
As a woman, choosing to work is not to measure up to a man.
No.
Every choice a woman makes is not because of a man. Like, you can work because you want to, or you want to achieve things in life. You want to get things. You want to obtain things on your own. Like, I can go my whole life with making a decision that's not based on what a man's position is. Like, honey, that's not how we operate.
It's not. But you know what's everything on what they wanted. Honestly, if I was thinking about my life in relation to a man, I wouldn't have been so serious about having a kid because men are not really focused on that much pain and carrying around another person for 9 months. Ooh. They could care less about that. And that's the whole thing. So I'm sitting there like, no, I didn't decide to be a chemist because I saw other men doing it. I did it because as a kid growing up, I was doing dissections in the backyard and mixing chemicals. When I mixed the bleach with ammonia, I passed out. Right. And I wanted to know why. I needed to know why I passed out. But Haith, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking?
I was just going to say the sad thing is not so much that they didn't tell us to go to work or they didn't want us to go to work. It's for some of us, we had to go to work.
Yeah.
Because they wasn't there. And this is not there because some men are phenomenal providers. They're phenomenal
Exactly.
protectors. They're
Mhm.
awesome and amazing, strong Black men who love their family.
Yes.
But overall, us as a culture in our community, you know
Yes.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's sad, but a lot of women had to go to work.
Yeah.
They
You
did.
know,
It
Yeah.
wasn't a
and
choice.
that's a fact. I'll even say this in my own household. My mom had to go to work because my father was murdered.
Mhm.
And so with that, my mother had to take care of 3 little girls.
Mhm.
And I
Yes.
started working at the age of 14 years old, real talk, because I understood the value of working hard as a woman in the payback, meaning it's not so much all the stuff that I'll be able
Right.
to get, but it's the fulfillment of me walking in my purpose.
Yep.
And that's what my mom taught me. Find out who you are. What's
Yep.
your contribution? And so anybody that would deny me of who I am and what I've been called to do, really he's doing himself as a disservice. But women wanting to work and having to work, it really does depend on that household.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say as a whole, a lot of us ain't asked to go to work. A lot of us had to go to work.
Right. Yeah.
I can totally
gonna-
feel. Go ahead, Christine.
No, I was going to say that we'll be right back after this commercial break, and we're going to start with you, Precious, because I think you're going to blow it out the water. Men, all I have to say is, guard your loins. That's all I have to say. Guard your loins. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
I welcome you to My Shy Life. I'm Chyia Perkins, brand creator, author, and lifestyle coach. My mission is to share solutions on how to successfully exist across all relationships, romantic, social, platonic, and professional. I offer lifestyle and dating coaching services, provide personal development skills that will inspire and empower. Pick up a copy of my book, How to Date a Dime, a dating guide for men who want to date their own perfect 10. You will find that my book brings a fresh approach to the art of relationship building, armed with intuitive wit, proven lifestyle tools, and the ability to guide individual into a reality of what it takes to find a perfect mate confidently and effectively. Visit my website, myshylife.com, and order your copy today.
Okay, so obviously you guys know every time I play music, I'm back here rocking because I kind of like the music that I put on the mixes. But anyways, so if you're joining us now, let me just tell you, you are in for a bunch of amazing women giving their feedback on the concept of I'm every woman, why do I have to be? You know, women often take the opportunity to look at themselves in the mirror every day, 3 or 4 times a day. But when they look at themselves through the lens of other people, they don't see the same person. I know even myself, I walk out the door, and as I check the mirror, and by the way, I have a mirror at my side door as I'm walking out, I have my theme music playing. And my theme music is, well, we won't say it out loud because, you know, it's my theme music. But I see myself as amazing. And I don't know. All I hear in my head is, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. That's my theme music. So let's bring the ladies back in. What's going on, Precious? What's going on, Haith? And what's going on, Chyia? I'm going to tell you, our viewers are having such a good time with us, you know, and I like it when they tune in. You know, the ladies, Matt joined us. Hey, Matt, how are you? Thank you so much. Matt said, great show. Thank you so much. And Gertrude said, I had to work because my ex-husband worked away and left, and he did not want to feel the responsibility of a family. So you're right. A lot of times we do have to step up and do what we have to do. So Precious, when we left off, you wanted to say something, and all I got to say is guard your loins. Go
I
ahead.
cannot. But I was thinking about what Haith was saying even before she said it. I said, you know, looking back over the households that I saw growing up in the hood, I mean, it was just a lot of women who had to work because the man may have left or might have died or something like that. So I was used to seeing female-dominated households and women have to step up. My mother had 4 kids. My father was a drug addict and, you know, didn't pay the bills, and she had to step up. That's why I always have to say, even though she and I had a fractured relationship, I understand now. And so when she told me every day, you're not pretty, you're you're never gonna mean anything, whatever. I think somewhere internally, it was like he's not coming. So if he never comes,
Right.
what does that lead me? And I would look at, you know, women that I thought were really, I said, oh, she'll never have to worry about it, but I do. And so only, you know, in the last few years have I just been like, I love to see people loving each other. I'm not jealous. I'm not bitter. I'm just like, I love it. And if he never comes, can I still live a good life? And as we're all talking, women have pain, and I know men have pain. And sometimes there's this space between us where there's certain things we never really talk about that can be quite healing. If people never feel that they were wanted or ever loved, they're coming in with that. Someone may have always felt it wanted, but only wanted for their looks. So they only are a facade. And so there's so much going on. And as you get older, I love to see my queens. I'm like, get it, girl. You looking like a whole snack. Because if no one ever says that, you looking like a whole snack. You heard it from a sister, from another mister who thinks you're beautiful. And I'll say it to me, you looking like a whole tall drink of water. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't happen, or if he never comes, or if you had it and you didn't even realize what you had, I pray that you know that you're loved. And my friends see me love. I would love to have that gentleman by my side. But even if he never comes, my purpose is still unleash women's ability to birth that beautiful.
You know what, Precious? I'm sick of you. You doing total opposite. I said guard your loins, and I'm getting ready to grab some tissue.
Like, I am
I'm over here like, really?
I'm over here like, yes, I am.
Think about it. Think about, like, so I was speaking I was the keynote speaker at the Dress for Success conference, which was last Friday. And I had this thing about warrior women, you know, whatever. And I'm telling you, I listened to a woman speak before me. She was dope. And I said, I am not going to follow and just say what she just said, because, you know, person can't do that. So, you know, our father said, switch it up. 5 minutes before I went live, he was talking about celebrating the good, the bad, and the ugly of you. And I went in, and luckily they trust me enough to be like, you going live and we don't have your speech. Don't worry about it. I got this. And it was the right message for the right time. But that's why I'm a professional speaker for 27 years. But also, I'm a real woman, and I do hurt, and I do have pain. And I think too many of us are posturing and not having the realest conversations that we could ever have. So the next generation knows that they can trust each other to be like, I'm struggling. And that's why I say, even with all of us, I'm struggling.
Really? Just, you know, I don't like all of this emotion on the show.
Girl, you know, I'm gonna stop. We can get back to the loins.
I know. Okay, so Gertrude says I was very naive and young at age 18 when I married, so I had lessons to learn about me, life, and raising children.
Ooh.
And I'm not saying, you know, that's oftentimes what happens, and that's the reason why I said, you know, I kept asking the question about being every woman. So my question to you guys is, what percentage of men do you think are looking for a wife and place it in a traditional, more female role versus a woman who's like an executive?
I think that depends on what age group you're talking about.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think men and I'm only asking this question, and by the way, I don't want anybody to take anything personal. I was raised in the church. My grandfather was a minister in one of the largest churches here. But let me just say this. I think men from the church think that traditional role, like you have to be able to cook and clean and all of that magic. And that's why when this man thought I should be somebody's first lady, I said, well, the first thing is, honey, I'm dressed the way I need to dress. My cleavage might be out on Sunday. A thigh could be out. You know, I don't think I'm the first lady type. You need somebody else who can really be focused. Now, if you're looking for somebody who's going to be there for the people, I could do that in another role, but I don't think I should be sitting up front and being the first. I'm not a first lady. I'm the first lady's friend. That's who I am. I'm the one that's, when sister so-and-so keep coming in with these tight clothes and I'm the one that the first lady say, Christine, go on and hit that. Because see, somebody need to tell her this is not, we ain't marketing our bodies in the church. I'm the one that's gonna tip her on the shoulder, So I'm not the first, because the first lady can't do that. See, that's who I am, right? So what I'm saying is
have a hold on you.
Yeah, you gotta know your role and what role you're ready to play. So that's the thing. I mean, so I think men, but like to your point, hey, men outside of the church, I feel like are more open to you being something else other than that.
I hear you. I still think it's I think it depends on the mindset and the age group of that man, because millennials, I don't think that they have the same demand or expectations in this day and time. A lot of them, the sad thing is, a lot of them, well, I want to say that, but I'll just say
I can't date a millennial. That's the problem. I mean, okay, let me take it back. I could date a millennial. Precious and I could date a millennial right now. But do I really want to be a cougar?
And so why not? And so why wouldn't you?
Maybe I'm not stick and move. I need finesse.
Because the thing is, I need to know when I turn on the Isley Brothers, what's happening.
Right.
Okay. I don't want to have to
sing along with me. Sing along with me.
Right. I need you to be with me. And the other thing is, y'all already know I tried to go young. It was so much activity. I couldn't handle it. I had to run away, not walk away. I ran.
Yeah.
Because there was too many activities. Okay.
Yeah.
Too many activities. And
so what percentage of men do we think still want women to play that traditional role?
Yes.
Okay.
Right
so I'm
now.
gonna ask the ladies, do y'all agree that it does depend on the age group?
I agree. It depends on the age. It definitely depends on the age. And as the bracket gets older and older, I think the traditional is more staple. But
sure.
I agree with a younger millennial generation. They on the move, and they expect you to be on the move too. And we all moving together.
Right.
And if we ain't never home, we ain't never home. We live on the road. We live in our van.
I think what I'm experiencing is everything can be cool until they start asking about profession. And I'm thinking, how do I get around this? Because I don't want to unleash. Because I not that I just need to be liked, but I'm like, because then I see the change start to happen, right? So we was cool, and now it's, you got to go somewhere and speak.
See, yeah.
You got to be away?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of guys are y'all dating?
Hey, don't even start
they out here.
They're not with anyone for 30 years.
They are out here. They out here.
I need y'all,
but honestly,
I need y'all to get with somebody.
Yeah.
Okay,
Appreciate what you bring into the table.
They out here, dog.
And then know how to polish the gold and make you shine even brighter.
Hey, that's why I'm coming to Vegas so I can come to your class. Okay, so Allison Walker said,
but the thing is that you have to go through the dating process. So when you're dating,
right,
this is where you meet these oddballs that
this is what happens.
You have to go through that dating pool, and that's the interactions that you get. You get these different personalities, and I remember dating a guy who he asked me what I did, and I work in corporate. And he was like, where at? Like, what position? And I was like, in my mind, I always like to downplay, because I'm like, I told him, I'm a secretary. My what? Like, and he was offended. I'm not a secretary. I don't have any problems with being a secretary if I was.
Right.
But I sensed that what my title was important to him. Like, I'm not feeding into it. So I said it, and he was like, oh. And I'm like,
first of all, I think we have to agree that I'm not dating you to be your mom.
I'm not.
And if you're looking for a mother, you need to continue to look,
not the one.
Because some men want women to play the role of mom, but the benefits that go along with me being your woman. So you have to make up your mind and set those boundaries up. And like, look, this is not going to work.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, a lot of that is really concerning me. We're going to pick that back up as soon as we get some comments in from our viewers. Allison, thank you so much for viewing. Allison said, a thigh, Chris, LOL. Yes, you are that friend. Gertrude said, yes, it depends on their age. And then Anissa said, males will point out the fact that marriages lasted in the past generation. In some instances, grandpa was cheating on grandma, but she couldn't leave him. It wasn't because she was more forgiving, it was because she had no options. Grandma secretly told her daughters to learn from their mistakes and to get an education and make your own money. That is our legacy.
Wow.
And thank you
Or
so much for that.
their daughters did exactly what the mom did.
And a lot of times that's what happens. You mimic what you saw your mother doing. And Michael, thank you so much for joining. He said that's part of the issue. Holding on to the roles as a whole is outdated. Trying to conform to those roles rather than the real. Well, let me see. I'm going to be totally clear with you. I think in a lot of men's minds, that whole cooking thing constantly comes up, and I'm always trying to figure out why. Because at this point, if we both making money, can't we just hire to cook? Why do you even care who's cooking the food as long as we eat?
Why do you care?
Why do you care? And why do you feel that that's a value? So I think it does impede.
Some things could be a belief system. Some things can be a worldview. Some things were
exactly.
How did I feel when I came home from school, or I was bullied all day and my mom made me a grilled cheese sandwich,
or they didn't have it, or they came home to an empty house, so now they got these expectations that this is what I wanted all my life. Yes. So I want my girl, and then my wife, to demand
on the woman. Yeah, I
to replicate that, and I agree with you. Denise, thank you so much for joining us. She said, will you consider doing this with a mixed male-female panel? Of course, I will definitely do that, Denise. I mean, I like how Denise does her shout-outs. Denise, you want to see a mixed panel? We're going to bring up a mixed panel next month. And I'm going to tell you right now, Precious, you need to come on, but you need to be guarding some loins. You can't come in there with this emotional moments because I can't handle it. You need to come in with guard your loins. Anissa says, Chyia, the man who asked about your title was counting your dollars.
And I don't like anybody counting my money. I don't like that.
No, that's right. Count your own coins.
I'm going to tell you, I like it when men ask me because I always tell them I have a window cleaning business.
You know what I say now, Christina? When they say, well, hey, what do you do? Oh, I work at Walmart.
As you do.
Oh my God. Oh my
My products work there. My products work for me.
Look, I work at Walmart. I love that. So let me ask you guys a question. Do you think women hold men to the same standards of ranking men based on their traditional role of provider versus being a corporate executive? And I only say that because every man that has come into my life, with an exception of one, could actually fix stuff and cook and had a corporate job, right? And the only thing I can say to you is that picture behind me, that's my parents. I identify with them, but I know when I was a kid growing up, I came home to snacks after school. Like my mom was that stay-at-home mom who ran her business from home for years. And my dad went out and went to work every day, but she always had food ready on the table. By the way, I was in the kitchen doing my homework, and no, I didn't learn how to cook. I still don't know how to make her sweet potato pie. I don't know what happened. But anyways, that's not the point. And everybody say, you look just like her. And I say, I do, but I'm not really her. But the thing is that he loved that about her. She used to match up his clothes for him and have them ready the next day. You know, I picked up some things. She was a decorator. So I decorate. I didn't pick up everything, but I picked up some things. I'm a good nurturer. I'm a good mom. There's nothing that my child, if he thinks, is done. Before you even thought about it, I didn't thought about it. And that's one of the things that my ex used to say about me all the time. He used to say, you know what, before you already got it. I said, that's the kind of person I am. But to your Precious, when you said all that public affection thing, holding hands in public, I don't like all that PDA. If we walking together, we together. Why I gotta hold your hand? We together. We standing there.
If you ain't had it, I want it. Listen, I want it. And that's okay. Different types of women. I want it. Listen. At 43, let's go in. You know, young people will run for them. Oh, you don't think it can get real sweet? You don't want the smoke? Oh, 43-year-old can bring that smoke.
I swear you make me laugh. So let me ask you guys, do you think women are holding men at the same standard? And I'll start with you, Haith. Do you think that?
All I can do is say for myself, there are certain things and certain expectations I do have from my husband. I want to be protected. I want to be provided for. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, the advantage is with me and my husband, what we learn to do is what works in the Johnson household may not work in anybody else's household.
Yes.
So we've learned to rock it out for us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But yes, still in all, I am a lady and I want to be treated like a lady. I like him to protect me. I like him to provide for me, rather even if it's just emotional support. You know what I'm saying? The advantage that me and my husband have, we've been working together for 25 years. So we've developed us along the way.
I love that.
So it just depends. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing a married couple can do is look across the street and really think that the grass is greener.
Yep.
When you
Don't you love that?
the grass is green where the grass is watered.
Honey, come on.
Exactly.
Hey, say that again. You said the grass is greener where it is watered.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Honey, my grass is green because I water, but a man need to be watering this grass. All right. Michael said, leave Precious alone. He's sending you hearts. You know what, Michael? Don't be a traitor. All right. Gertrude, honey, she said, I like holding hands. She said that's tenderness being shown. Okay, so Gertrude, let me be honest with you. If he reaches out for my hand, I'm gonna hold it, but I'm just not an initiator. And see, I think that's an odd
That's
thing,
okay.
because people see me as an initiator, but I'm really not in a relationship. I'm more of the submissive follower.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the total opposite than I am in the corporate world. So men are looking at me like, didn't we just see you speak on that stage? Like, you are a rock star. And I'm sitting there like, okay, what do you want to do? What do you mean, what do I want to do? What do you want to do? I want to do what you want to do. What do you want to do? Like, they're confused. Oh my God, did you just, hey, no, you didn't pull out. No, she did not do that. Precious, really? You gonna let Haith get on me? We're coming to America. Precious, come on, we got two married ladies. Come on, Precious. Why
Queen, I want it to be initiated too, because don't nobody want listen, because I can get reckless and wrong. I don't want that. But what I am saying is, I told you I've only dated one taller man meet ever in my life. When I looked up at 6'4", I was like, I don't understand why short women want tall men. Like, I had never experienced. I was like, there was something about looking up and arms wrapped around,
reaching down.
Like, hold up, can I melt it? Can my body melt into yours? Oh, I ain't never felt that. Okay. And so yeah, but I want them to initiate, because I go all in, ain't nothing. But I don't want to be seen as the aggressor, and then the aggressor in everything. Yeah, I can attack a stage. I can
not everything.
I'm gonna throw shade on my competitors. It ain't nothing to me. But when me and you, and we just happen to be frolicking through the tulips and stuff, go at it. Like, initiate. I love that, because then that means that I can just play my position.
So do you hold them to the same standard though? When you look at men, do you hold them to that standard, the traditional role? Like, can they fix stuff? Are they a good provider?
Can we answer even better questions? No, like, first of all, I have attempted to hold men to a certain standard.
Yeah,
it didn't quite work out, and hence I'm single. And I'm being put on all these parameters. I'm like, but now I got to ask you questions, and since you don't want to answer no kind of questions, I'm going to exit stage left, because I'm not filling out a test. I'm not taking tests on this all day long. And you just like, well, I run things. So when I used to put men on pedestals, I'm gonna keep it a buck as me. All you can do is look down.
Right.
But if I can see you and I respect you, again, I can play my position. When's the last time I saw that though? Like, so would I want somebody to be the protector? Of course. Would I want somebody to be my protector? Would I fix up something? Pastor, I've been in this home for 3 years, and I see Pastor with his wife. He's 6'5", and if I need something, he comes out there. I'm like, thank you. Because the brother did.
You know what, Christian?
Thank you,
Just
because I
say
like
that.
seeing that. I like seeing people who can do work with their hands, and I'm not saying just manual labor. I'm talking about, if something happens, like,
Who can do
okay,
stuff.
I'm in there. I'm getting it in there. Oh, I need something hung up. I'm in there. I love it.
But let me ask you a question. Like, as a woman, like, I know Haith likes the fact that her husband went and got that sign down. It kind of does something for you when your husband can fix stuff. And Chyia gets it all the time because her husband has his own business. So Chyia, that's why Chyia make them breakfast sandwiches, because she gets it every day. So let me be clear. If I had a man who could fix something, honey, you can get breakfast
But the
sandwiches.
But
ultimate
see,
goal.
there you go. Okay, so now
You get that chicken chili.
You just answered your own question.
Yes.
If a man can fix stuff, that does something for you.
Oh,
Right.
And if
I'm gonna make it clear.
Yeah.
nurture him, that does something for him.
But you know,
Yeah.
I am a nurturer. I'm a big time nurturer.
Oh, I
and,
believe you.
and I'm not gonna
Absolutely
even
believe you.
I'm not gonna throw his name out because he watches the podcast. But my first boyfriend in college, he wasn't in college with me, but he was in that state. This man was so freaking amazing. Not only was he a professional, not only did he cook, but he could fix stuff. So to me, he mimicked my father. And that's the reason why I fell for him. Even now to this day, I measure every man against him.
Yeah.
And he and I are still friends. And when he chimes into the podcast, I think it's kind of humorous to me because I go, wow, this is interesting. We're still friends, even from, we won't get into how many years ago. Okay, so Haith, you're getting a little shout out over here. She said Haith is dropping them jewels. You know what, Cook? Look at Haith. So you know what? I can't even manage it. Denise says, yes, I was Miss Haith. Yes. You know what, Haith? You're just getting it all the way around. Brian from Real Talk with the Men, he says, if a man was not raised with no values and not know what hard work really was, they will grow up not appreciating anything and won't see the value in a truly hardworking woman, but only their title. And that is so true. And I'm going to let you know, ladies, Brian is single. He does know how to fix stuff. And he's also a published author. And if you would like to meet Brian, you can join us on the next session of Real Talk with Men on the 5 F's to Love.
I got somebody for you, Brian. I got somebody.
Shameless plug.
I'm going to tell you, Brian is,
Somebody
when I tell you, Shy, he can cook like a chef. Like he's an
So why is he still single, Christina?
Well, okay, the reason why he's still single because his wife passed away.
Oh, okay.
And what happened was he had little people. He got number 2. I don't call her wife. He got number 2 who mistreated him. So when he walked away from number 2, he was a little bruised up. It was a little. So now he's like, okay, I'm ready to get back out there. And I'm like, are you sure? He was like, yeah, I'm ready. I've recovered, because he was still grieving his wife's death. And then he had to go through another grieving because of a divorce, And so now he tells me that he's ready. And let me tell you something, Brian is adorable.
And you're
ready for Brian, Christina? I got somebody for Brian.
What are you saying, hey?
And you're ready too, right, Christina?
Okay, so we're gonna be clear. I don't date my friends.
Those are the best ones to start out dating.
When I tell you this is why I can't date my friends.
Not for me. Because
me and my
I
husband
have
were the best of friends. I even tried to hook him up with one of my girlfriends.
Yeah, I just never. I have 3 male best friends that I've known. One since I was 3, one since I was 13, and one since I was in my 20s. Well, actually, since I was 18, and they are solid. And because I see them in such a brother way and know all of their business, I couldn't even fathom crossing lines, because it was like, it's like I learned what not to do from them, like how to read signs and red flags and things like that. Like I learned that from them.
A whole bunch of red flags.
We are truly friends, like truly
real
friends. Yes, and you can ask one of them who's married. You can ask his wife, because all 3 of us were like we're all close. I love his wife, but she knows I love him. I love the both of them, but we are friends.
I gotcha.
Okay, so guys, I'm gonna be clear. While we're on friends, we're gonna go for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
You a bad bitch, or you a bad bitch, or you a bad bitch, is you a sad bitch? Well, whether you are a bad bitch or a savage or whatever you want to call yourself, I am here to talk to you today about a book called Bad Bitches and Perfect Pitches that is authored by Precious Williams. One of the biggest differences between you and your competition in any facet of your life is the fact that they know how to effectively communicate and you don't. See, in this world, you don't have to be the smartest, you don't have to be the prettiest, you don't have to have the most money, but you do have to be able to sell yourself. Now, Precious Williams comes from the inner city of St. Louis, and she, in her book, has shown you how to elevate your life by using the gift of gab. Now, Precious Williams' book has been featured on Forbes, CNN, LinkedIn, Black Enterprise, and more. It can be found at www.perfectpitches by Precious. Now go ahead and buy today so you can be on your way to being a bad bitch with
Thank you to all our viewers for joining us for the 5 F's to Love Real Talk with the Ladies. If you've joined us late, we're talking about I'm every woman and why do I have to be? In the different aspects in the mindset and the things that you do to yourself, maybe as an individual, or the expectations you try to live up to when you're in a relationship. Whether or not you're truly being your true self or allowing someone to manage or manipulate you. It's nothing like waking up every day knowing who you are and unable to show that to the person that you're with. Now, if you caught us late, you probably thought maybe I didn't want to hold hands. I do hold hands. I just don't initiate the hand holding. So we're going to bring the ladies back. We're going to bring the beat in. Okay, ladies, I'm going to tell you, we are with the people out here. They're like really loving you, Haith. They love the married life that you are like representing. So I'm going to tell you right now, as votes out there, Chyia, the younger folks, I know, ladies my age looking at you. And by the way, Chyia's a baby cougar, if you didn't know that. Her husband's younger than her. She's a baby cougar. So Anissa, and they don't even get that part, like, meow, like that's what she does. Okay. So yes, Precious, it is nice to be with a man who makes you feel feminine. I love it. Now I'm going to be honest with you. I totally love that. I tell people when they ask me out on a date, and I always say, with one, I like yellow and white roses. Don't bring red. Like that's not my thing.
You know how we do, Queen. You know
what I'm saying? And you gotta come, and you gotta open up the door. Like I'm in need, because one, I'm fabulous. It's gonna, even when it's not a fur coat, I'm feeling like I'm dragging a fur coat, right? I'm feeling like it's a Diane Carroll moment. Exactly. So I need to know that you're going to get that door for me, because I'm going to be there for you. Like that whole thing, you know how you go sit down at the table and I always make sure my man's silverware is clean. Like I'm making sure it's right for him on that tableage, right? And then I'm getting the concierge like he's looking for you. And I always tell the man in advance what I want to order so that only he talks to the waiter or the waitress. I do it because in my world, I used to see my mom do that to my dad. He said, why is daddy always ordering? Because in her mind, that was what a man did. Like he would know what you wanted. And so that's what I do. I tell men, okay, when they come back to the table, this is what I'm going to want though. Right? And they get a kick out of it because it gives them that moment, right? Yeah. So I give them the moments, honey. I try to give it what I can. Hey,
Queen, that was great. Some tea and pearls of wisdom right there. You just dropped that. I'm kicking.
Did I just drop that? Okay, thank you for that shout out, because I mean I'm not Haith. I'm not dropping the jewels like that. I try to do what I can. Haith she got a whole group over here waiting for her.
No, but you know
what? A book on daily quotes or something.
But you know what I've learned being around other business women or executive women, when they come home, they don't want to play that role.
They don't.
They want to be the one that is taken care of. Ooh. A lot of my girlfriends that are boardroom, bosses.
Yes.
They don't want to play that role at home. They don't. And so my thing is, I guess you gotta just find out where you are. Live an authentic life.
Exactly. I like that.
Yeah.
That's so wonderful. And I think some people need to really look at that. Are you really living your most authentic life? So our question for you, so when they can't provide those traditional male roles, how should we move forward with that relationship? When you find that a man can't fix anything, when you find that he's not going to open those doors for you, when you find that he's not romantic and that he's not going to basically precious reach up there and get the things off the top shelf for you, when he's not going to caress your back, when the one guy said, Christine, can I take your boots off for you? I was like, honey, yes, you can. I was like, is this the moment or what?
Oh,
now, mind you,
God.
he was a jerk in every other area, but he took them boots off though.
Took them boots off.
that.
All right. So I gave him like 0.5 on the boots. But if you really look at the whole picture, he really wasn't what I needed him to be. Because I'm looking for that guy. For me, if you're a very intelligent man, well, one, you know, you got to be taller than me. I mean, you got to be at least 6 foot tall to ride this ride. You can't be a little person. But the thing is that I need you to be able to fix stuff. And I know, Haith, when I say that, you go, well, Christine, you're missing out on a group of people.
No.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Haith. I just cannot do it. I've tried, and I just
At least know how to get it done. At least know how to get it done. I mean, that's my thing.
I mean,
you
it
know,
goes to that
just
same
get it done.
Diane, you're right. It's like, okay,
Right. Somebody may
all
not
the
be
cooking.
handy,
Yeah.
Well, if you're not, but I'm okay if you're not handy. But
but get it done. But handle it.
I'm okay with that. But don't hold it over my head that I'm not something else.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I mean? So it's
yeah.
gotta be-
I need you to take care of it. I need to be taken care of, whether
And that's
you
the
do it
whole
with your
thing.
hands or not. Take care of it.
Exactly. Because I know a lot of women, a lot of our moms grew up back in the day sewing because of, you know, where you got your clothes from. A lot of women today, they can't put a stitch in anything.
Unless
So
it's a
that-
weave, girl.
that
they
is
not
me.
stitching nothing.
That would be me. That would be me.
Unless it's a weave, they not stitching. Nothing.
I would be me.
Stitching a
I got a
weave.
whole sewing machine, and
I
it's
can't
collecting
even
dust.
take it. All right, so you know what, guys? We're gonna be wrapping up, and you know, every time we do our podcast, we can talk all night. That's the whole thing. We really can.
I mean,
That's just our time flies by so quickly. But Gertrude, I want to thank you so much for joining us, and you join us every week. We really appreciate you for being a regular viewer with us here at 5F's to Love Real Talk with the Ladies. And she says, how would you dream that a foot massage was waiting for me? Oh, is it just a hopeful dream? No, honey, you can get a foot massage. You can get a lot of things happening. If the bottom line is that it's the person, is 100% the person. So I think you can get a lot of things. And somebody, I mean, if you're watching tonight, you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? But what's happening is this, though, you can get all of those things. It just, you need to put it out exactly what you want. And that's one thing I did learn from my male friends. My male friends always say, just tell us what you want. And we'll give it to you. Gertrude says, thank you. This has been wonderful. And I want to say, guys, before we leave tonight, we have a new show coming to the 5F's to Love brand, and I'm really excited about it. It's the first show that I will actually not be on. And these guys are debuting next week, and I'm really excited about it because they're coming on to talk about life, love, and relationships, and it's going to be absolutely rock star. So before we leave, I'm going to do the premiere real quick of that show, and then we're going to come back and we're going to sign off of the 5F's to Love Real Talk with the Ladies.
Boy, you had me from the start. By the way you stared, the way you wrote up on me, yeah. Man, I felt your energy. Wasn't used to being loved and treated differently, yeah. But something went wrong, the signals got crossed, and now we're on completely different pages. Let's go where we were, where no one gets hurt. Baby, keep it right there, don't you stress the flow. You're trying to pick the pace up, we should take it slow. Baby, keep your focus, don't you make me change my mind.
By the way, if I ever created a digital magazine, it would definitely look like that. I am really excited about that show coming to the 5F's to Love brand. I'm really excited about those guys. They've been planning their show out for the past week, and it's really going to rock. They're going to go on location come this summer to different locations and give people experiences. I mean, they're just really into it. But I'm just going to say I'm really excited because this is one show where you don't have to see this face, though. So I just feel like I'm in that transition of doing what I really love, which is being behind the scenes and making the magic happen for other people. But I'm going to say, ladies, as always, I love talking to you guys. You guys are all extraordinary women. I could not be prouder to call you guys my friends. And that's one thing that I can say. If I pick up the phone and call y'all about something, it's legitimate and y'all take the time. So I definitely appreciate that because you are all absolutely beautiful women. And Roz and Dr. Spinelli, I know you're not here tonight, but the same goes for you guys as well. I mean, just full rock stars. And I really appreciate it. Haith, with everything you have going on with your stores being a franchise in Walmart's, honey, for you to make this. And everybody, she's living out of boxes, but she still looks gorgeous. She is gorgeous.
Literally, for real.
Yes.
I just want to do real talk. She's absolutely gorgeous and living out of boxes, and I love it. Chyia, I cannot wait. And by the way, she just celebrated her birthday.
Happy
And we
birthday.
missed it. I know she just celebrated her birthday.
Yes.
Tell them how old you are, because
22.
you guys are
Go, girl.
Come on, princess.
I'm older than people think I am. I'm 41.
Oh, you look amazing.
What?
I know,
You look
doesn't she look
amazing.
amazing? Look at her. I knew she was.
I am.
I don't know why I expected you to say 28. I don't. That was the number that was in my girl.
I felt the bestie vibe.
That's
from
that
you.
good
Now I
loving
feel
at
strong
home.
now. It's very strong
That's
now.
that good
It's
loving.
very strong.
That's that good
I'm gonna
loving.
tell you, honestly.
But you see how she doing to her? Like, I know y'all see it. I like trying to say, I know you see it. I know you see it.
I just absolutely love that about her business mindset, and Chyia's doing very, very well, and I'm extremely proud of her. Precious, I'm going to say, if nobody understands who you are, this woman is a corporate trainer for the top 100 companies in the world. She's got 3 top 50 already in her pocket, and she travels all over the world. She's an amazing speaker, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if she's leaving the stage. If I text her, she texts me back, Queen, I'm going to call you in 30. So what I'm saying to you is, even when she working, she's still my friend. And I love that about her, you know, and that's the thing that I keep telling people, just to have really good people that understand the space that you're in and what you're doing is so awesome. So ladies, if it's
Queen, can I
nothing
just say
else
one
you want-
thing? Can I just say one last thing?
Sure.
I think when I was younger, what people had or what they flossed or what they flexed was what mattered so much. And as I've gotten older, I don't want to have transactional relationships. And so I'm doing my TED Talk is at Babson College next Saturday. And my topic is on free your mind, seeing the gold behind the hype of the glitter. Oh yeah, it's going down. I'm the final speaker. I'm the final speaker. We all met together. The speakers met together. At Harvard. They were all there. But when I spoke for 2 minutes, they were like, yeah, I think you need to go last because you are different. Like that was a lot in 2 minutes. So if y'all in the Boston area, come through.
Oh my gosh, everybody listen.
The gold behind the hype of the glitter.
Love it.
And when and TEDx, just to let you guys know, if you can't make it to Boston, they do actually showcase these speakers so you'll be able to see it on a TEDx website.
Nice.
And as soon as I get that information for her, I will be posting it.
Yes.
So that everyone
There are
can
300
see
people in the audience. We're going in. We're going in.
Love it.
So awesome. That is so awesome.
Well deserved.
I know she is so rock star. Gertrude says, I would dream that I'm sorry, we did the foot massage. Denise, because you know I'm still on that foot massage. I'm
Me
sorry.
too. I was like, I need that.
Denise says, thank you. This is wonderful. Gertrude says, thank you, ladies. It was honest and enlightening for me. I am learning.
Good.
Thank you so much for joining us. Gertrude says, time went too fast when you're having fun. We do have fun. And Michael said, happy birthday,
Cheyenne.
Thank
We
you.
You're absolutely fabulous. And ladies, as always, you know what I'm going to say. See you next month on the 5 F's to Love Real Talk with the ladies. And thank you so much, ladies, for joining us tonight. The conversation was enlightening for me as well. You guys have a great night, and we'll see all of our viewers actually next Friday for our premiere show. I'm excited. All right, guys. See ya.
My name is Christine Burkett, the inventor of the 5 F's to Love. This is a compatibility app. It's an app that gives you an opportunity to rate words that start with the letter F in chronological order of importance to you, to help you find your one true love, your soulmate, and the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. So after you've taken the time to rate your F's in chronological order, you send a link to the person, I don't know, you just met, or the person you've been dating for quite some time. Or maybe it's the person you've been married to for 30 to 40 to 50 years. And then you compare your top 5 F's to find out what things you have in common and things that you may perhaps need to work on. This is taking a simplistic perspective on how to find your